Oh no. My cherries are sinking to the bottom. This does not bode well for my Red Hot Rider. You can probably see there at the bottom. There's those cherries at the bottom. They sunk down. I need some Acme super plump, super buoyant cherries in order to do this. If I'm to do this job right at all, my goodness. Bright red cherries. They were orange, but now they're red. See what I did there? Because about the video, it's Sam. All right, look. I got an intro. Yeah, I got a drink to drink. You got an intro to watch, so let's do it. It's another Riding the Shield. Your daily dose of What's Up, Dockery.
If you're gonna play, put your dough in. What is this?
I'm Yosemite Sam, the roughest, toughest cowpoke in the whole darn West. Lately, it seems like there ain't no tough guys left except me. Shucks, I can lick about 50 of those modern vomits at one time. The streets are just loaded with aimless sidewinders taking the hard way out, using those things they call downers, turning them into mashed potatoes. Oh, it's a disgrace. Who'll still believe I'm badder than snake spit when the polecats looking for trouble can't stand up because they're down? Oh, it just makes me furious.
That's right. Stay off drugs, as Yosemite Sam says, and instead, I can't even say that. I love drugs. Well, one in particular. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to talk about the wonderful Yosemite Sam, and I've touched on this in the past, but I've never really made a video about it, and it is a sore spot. I've also talked same problem, although about a lesser character, Gossamer. For those of you who don't remember Gossamer is the tall, hairy orange monster with the sneakers that Marvin Martian wears too. And again, so a lot of the time he's red, but a lot of the time in the cartoons he's orange. And when they started making him red more often, I noticed that some of the restorations he was orange, and then the same cartoons restored later again he was red. And this happened with Yosemite Sam. I'm going to talk more about Sam though, because Sam, as I said, is a more well-known character. Now here we've got 3 different examples of the same cartoon, Rabbit Every Monday. So let's start by eliminating a few of these and just start at the beginning here. That one up there, currently, or at least I believe currently, you can find that on Boomerang, or at least it was on Boomerang for a long time. And it's definitely the print that I grew up with, and people in their mid 30s probably remember too, because it was just recently, the restoration was recently restored for the Bugs Bunny 80th anniversary set. But this is for Rabbit Every Monday. This is essentially what Sam's beard looks like. Now, it's not technically red, but it's a low contrast print on from probably a tape, an old broadcast tape. And indeed, when the contrast is high like that, a deep orange can come off as red, or it could just be red and my eyes. I don't know, but essentially, that's how we grew up with that cartoon. Now that's a major contrast. Speaking of contrast, this is a print that I think a lot of people know, or I've mentioned it before. This print is from a really good guy named Thad Komorowski, animation historian, and also he restores a lot of these things too. And he came across this print, really good. I think it was a 16 mil print. And you want those because they do a much better job of showcasing what the original artists were trying to do. And I say that with the provision, of course, that it's in good condition, and this was. Because the artists back in the day, they knew what Technicolor, how it looked, how it translated. It wasn't as simple as saying, okay, I want this shirt to be red, so I'm going to get the red paint, and there we go. It's not as simple as that. You had to know what color paint to get to get this red. Case in point is the old Alice in Wonderland, the Disney Alice in Wonderland. If you look at a cell from the old movie versus a Cirrus cell, which is something made just for limited edition artists to hang, just by artists. Her hair is a completely different shade. It's almost neon green for the stuff that was camera used, and then the stuff that's made to be, by marketing, it's got the colors that we see when we put the DVD in. So the artists back in those days, like I say, they knew what colors looked like what on Technicolor film, 35 millimeter or 16, whatever it is. And that's why this is a good thing to source, a print like that. Now, this third example, that's the restoration itself that recently came out. And indeed, the print, it's definitely the most orange of those three examples. In fact, let me just reset it because I want you guys to see it in its in synchronicity there. It's definitely a deep orange, but it leans toward red with this cartoon. Now, there's another cartoon we can look at too, an example here. This is from Wild and Woolly Hair, and in the same order, essentially, we've got a boomerang print, and it's a boomerang print because you can see the boomerang logo up there at the top. And this one is, when I say print, I mean it's a broadcast dupe of a print, broadcast tape of a print, but contrast isn't so terrible on that. But indeed, that looks like a red beard. That's a red damn beard. So the thought process is that's on purpose. So then we look at this copy of the cartoon, which is from and this is how you should say it, folks, the Friz Freelings Looney Bugs Bunny movie. Not the Looney Bugs Bunny movie, and not the Looney Bugs Bunny. Friz Freelings Looney Bugs goddamn movie. But anyway, I broke it again. Ceramic, isn't that weird how that works? But this is from that movie, and I'm going to do a video about this later next year about how the prints, the copies of the cartoons as they appear in the compilation films, often the sharpness looks better than the new restorations. But this looks pretty. I mean, if you watch the whole thing, there's whole scenes where they're straight up red. I took this scene because this one goes from a kind of orange to a red, somewhere in the middle. But that is the restoration. And I'm sorry, gang. In fact, let's sync these up. So that's the restoration there at the bottom. Contrast is kind of high, kind of like the boomerang one at the top, but and also that wood grain, it's got a more woody feel with the with the one from the movie in the middle there. But that beard is red AF, and that's the restoration. Meaning someone is saying, let's take that orange beard and make it red. This is a thing that I don't want to put a video out precariously about this. I've been working on it since the days of the Quackbusters video, but it's not as simple as going back to the old stuff and cleaning it up and putting it out. There's technology. The technology exists that they can do any colors they want to, and there's an argument to be made that some cartoons have been recolored a little bit, and I would say that, Sam's beard is probably the worst offender. I don't think it's a mistake. I don't think Sam's beard being a different color, going from orange to red, is necessarily a mistake. At least from the point of view where we are in 2021, albeit close to the end of 2021. Tell me, guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Follow me on all the things that I'm on and all that. And until tomorrow, cheers.